taking correction of what you're watching.
Yes, Captain.
For those who have presented already, there's still more room for improvement. And for those who are yet to present, good luck.
Thank you.
Queen Claw, you may sit. I hope you good. Queen Claw, I hope you good. The joy of the Lord be your strength.
Amen. Amen.
Hello, housemates.
Hello, Captain.
Sorry for the break in transmission.
Captain.
Hello, housemates.
Hello, Captain.
Let the show continue. Meet you, Raymond. Your time starts now.
Hello everyone, my name is Ichi Raymond and today I am here to talk about who a model is. A model is someone who advertises products and services for a company or a brand to the general public in order to influence the decision of the public, positively or negatively. A model is also a walking billboard. As a model, I should be able to walk into a place without introduction. Like I should walk in and people should know, oh, that girl is a model. Now, modeling is so broad, we have different types of modeling, but I'm going to talk about runway modeling. Runway modeling involves models who strut down the runway in fashionable clothes, shoes, bags made by designers. These models are also what we call clothes hangers, meaning they have broad shoulders and they are at least 5'9" for females or 6 foot for males. Now, attributes of a successful model. When I say a model is a supermodel, right? I talk about the likes of Naomi Campbell. She is confident. She is smart. She is consistent. We saw her over the years walking and walking to where she is right now. She has a thick skin. You know, the society is just going to, as a model, you are bare to the society. So this is going to be taken from you until there's nothing left. So as a model, you should be able to develop a thick skin. You should be confident. You should be bold, smart, courageous. You can do everything. It all starts with your head, and you should be able to represent whatever brand or company that calls on you any day, anytime. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Michi. Next we'll be having Millicent.
Good day, everyone. My name is Melissa and my friend called Vincent in the house. I'd like to give a holistic definition of a model. First, who is a model? A model is a figure or a structure that represents a brand or society in order to be able to entice the public. We have different aspects of modeling, different types of modeling, but I'm talking about two. We have the runway model and the commercial model. First, what's the commercial model? Commercial modeling is a lifestyle that promotes businesses, services, and also companies. And we also have the runway model. Runway modeling is an aspect of modeling, or rather it's an act that also promotes designers, which involves spectators, crowds, and also models who advertise and promote brands. What are the attributes of a model? We have self-discipline, we have confidence, we have charisma, and we have creativity. As a model, you must be able to create and also adapt to your environment. Thank you.
Next, we'll be having Liz.
Consistency, discipline, confidence. You should really watch for if you want to talk about a model. I'm one of Felix. My parents call me and the house call me Nix. I will talk when you talk. I'll talk about with the model, types of model, and attributes of the supermodel. At first, I'm going to tell you, a model is someone who is fashionable and who advertise products, goods, and services. So, as I am right now, I'm going to tell you about the different types of model. You have fashion model, and we also have a runway model. But I want to talk about fashion. You can look at me. Right now, I'm advertising my jacket, I'm advertising my shoe. You can tell that I look good. So I'm actually representing the fashion itself. So I'm going to tell you about runway model. Runway modeling. These aspects. You catwalk. You present your fashion to the audience for them to see and appreciate the good works. The attributes of a supermodel. I should give you one. First, a supermodel is to be fit. You need to have the charisma. You need to be courageous. You need to be disciplined. That's the watchword. You need to be disciplined and you need to be humble. Thank you. I believe I have convinced you that a model is someone that has a noble character.
Next, we'll be having Queen Solindra.
Hello Africa, my name is Abiba Precious Valentine, aka Salindra. I'm going to talk about modeling, types of modeling, and attributes of supermodel. What is modeling? Or who is a model? A model is an individual with great personality, which possess certain features which can be able to be used as a brand representative. Now we have types of modeling. In modeling world, we have different types of modeling. We have the fashion model, we have the runway model, we have the swimsuit model, we have the promotional model, we have the promotional model. But right now I'm going to talk about the fashion model and also the fitness model. Forgive me, I wanted to call fitness model, not the fitness model. So I'm going to talk about the fashion model and also the fitness model. Fashion models. Who are fashion models? Fashion models are models which are used to promote fashion brands such as clothes, bags, shoes, wristwatch, whatever. And fashion models ranges from size 6 to size 16, which includes the plus size model, which are the bigger size. You know, we have bigger clothes for bigger people, so we need fat models to represent such brands. So these are models that are used to promote different brands from different designers all over the world. Then we'll talk about the fitness model. The fitness model are also known as the athletes, which are used to promote energy drinks or pharmaceutical products, which are used in building muscles and immune system. Thank you very much. Then I'm going to talk about the attributes of models. What are the attributes of models? Number one, you have to be self-disciplined. Number two, you have to be physically and mentally fit to represent your brand at all times. Number three, you have to walk with your shoulder high. That is what I call self-esteem. And number four, you have to be courageous and bold. Thank you.
Thank you, Queen. We'll be having Yibra.
Hello viewers, hello Africa. My name is Obukonizega, aka Minazega in March. Well, I want to talk about three things. First of all, I want to define what a model is. The model is someone who advertises the product, advertises and promotes a product, and is also serve as a visual for people. Well, types of modeling. I will talk about commercial model, editorial models, and fashion/runway models. Who is a commercial model? A commercial model is someone that is used to advertise for brands. Example, clothing brands and organic brands. While editorial models are mainly used for magazines and billboards. Then fashion models, these are models that advertise attires for fashion designers on the runway, making the world beautiful for audience to watch. Attributes of a good model. First attribute of a good model, you must have a sound portfolio, you must have a comp card, you must be confident, you must be patient, you must be beautiful at all costs. Thank you.
Let's have Jesse.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Jessie, and today I will be talking about modeling. First of all, who is a model? A model is someone who displays, promotes, and advertises wears a product or wares. A model also serves as a visual aid, and a model could also be someone that brings geometrical ideas to physical fruition. And also, let's talk about types of modeling. First of all, we have the fitness models. Fitness models usually work with brands that have to do with sportswears and tools and all of that. We have commercial models. They tend to work with brands that have to do with our everyday stuff that we use. For example, Indomie, Close-Up, and the likes. We also have swimsuit models, which all actually work with video suits. For males, we have they wear boxers, and for females, they wear one pieces and two pieces. Attributes of a supermodel: a supermodel has to be smart, a supermodel has to be fit, a supermodel has to have the it factor that makes so many brands go after them, and also to be able to work with those brands. A supermodel also has to have a very good and solid modeling portfolio. A supermodel also has to be ready to take criticism from so many people, because people can criticize models a whole lot. So a model has to be fixed and to be able to take all criticisms. And also a model has to be charismatic, courageous, and a model always has to hold his or her head up high for anything that comes your way.
Let's not forget, I'm also a contestant. Hi everyone, my name is Deborah, actually also known as Debbie. I'll be presenting on the topic a holistic explanation of who is a model, types of models, and attributes of model. A model is a branded figure or personality. A model is also a sculpted art for photographers and designers. Going further, a model is someone who is looked onto. Types of modeling. There are various types of modeling, but I'll take you through two. First, lingerie. This has to do with swimsuits, underwears, and bikinis. For the lingerie, you have to have a perfect shape to be in that type of lingerie, ranging from different sizes. We have size 6, size 8, size 10, and size 12. And you must likely be 5.7 and above. Let's go to the editorial. This has to do with newspapers, magazines, and billboards. You must have the facial appearance. You must be 5 feet tall for an editorial. And also, your complexion, your skin type, your facial expression is taken into consideration for an editorial model. Attributes of a model or a supermodel. You must be disciplined. You must have good communication skills. You also must have twice and carry yourself with self-esteem.
My mom.
Thank you. All right. This takes us to the end of our beautiful presentation. You are watching Next Supermodel Africa, the TV show. See you next time.
It's called improvisation.
Why do you have people trying to finish that? Why are you
This is the captain. Hello, housemates. That was a good effort. But I have some reservations, or will I say some observations. First and foremost, I was expecting each and every model to start by presenting the brand that he or she stands for. For instance, I am the captain. I represent the next supermodel, Africa. The topic of my presentation is, which means your introductions was out of place. You are a housemate and a model, a supermodel at that. Some of you was busy dancing on my stage rather than to be a presenter with firmness, looking straight to the camera. Show your audience that you know what you're doing. But many of you missed it out by dancing on my stage. Some was making a point, rightly, but the facial expression was off the hook. Or will I say, what? Off point. You need to present with your special expression and your poise. to give your audience the confidence that you know what you say. Some became a newcaster on my stage rather than to present what he has in his head. Some of you was looking like you're sorry with yourself. Some proved to me that it was obvious they were sleeping while others were working. And when it was time for them to present, they got so confused and gave one or two lines, and maybe to understand is enough. A model should have presence, command of English, good posture, self-confidence, good diction, with shoulders high, and with your eyes looking straight to your audience or your camera. These are few qualities I saw in some of you. One other observation is the inability to stand firm. Rather, you keep flying your hands, waiting to slap any fly within your reach. Sometimes I wonder if you want to fly like an aeroplane, because your hands were wobbling. Or rather, flying like a bird. The way you pose yourself and keep your hands firm, giving a better explanation by virtue of your speech and your command of English. And as a model, you should know how to pose in every situation when presenting. It is so sad that with all observation, some of you made an attempt while others never cared. But there's a good news for you. My best three will have a special treat, which is why it is imperative that you should take every of my tasks seriously. Some of you actually showed some seriousness, inasmuch as you couldn't get it rightly, but that seriousness shows that you made an attempt, which is what I expected from each and every one of you, housemates. Therefore, I call the best 3. I would love your camp commandant to address each and every one of you. Hello, housemates.
Hello, housing.
A round of applause to your camp commandant.
Said we love you, sir.
Thank you, I love you too. Alright? Okay. You both did go put your hands together, please. It's so obvious that the guys, I don't know what is happening. I can deduce that you came into the mansion and found love and then you were distracted. I told you before now that in as much as you're going to have unlimited fun in the house, do not allow that fun to be cloud and easy for you. But it's obvious from what you presented just now. It's so clear that we're all distracted. And I just cannot pick one meal who would just impress me that way. Because those I had in mind, I thought were going to be better. Because now let me just say something. Most of the motivational talk that you have with all of you after your release, I was technically and tactically testing those interviews. And actually, I found a whole lot of intelligent ones amongst you, and I was having in mind, okay, they're going to impress you and sell it to the world today. But I was just, those I thought were intelligent messed up the whole time. When you're watching a TV or you're watching a presentation, and you see a presenter, what will generate your enthusiasm to always want to watch the presenter anytime you're in television? Now, those things that will always be exciting whenever you're watching the presentation should be, those are things we're supposed to do while you're presenting right here. I tell you one of the articles I didn't see. You were asked to present and not to teach. Most of you came over here and were teaching instead of presenting. Don't teach anybody. Say what you know. You are selling something, not impacting. They're two different things. Most of you were teaching. Especially, what's your name? You're a lecturer. You lecture or present. They're two different things. That is the reason fluency. One of the qualities that we want to see in your presentation. Because fluency is a mark of understanding what you say. Most of you you're totally, and you see, no matter what you're saying, once there is, you see people having different dispositions and all that, which is to say, man, you're bored. And once people start feeling you're boring, it's off. So you must, the pace is like, in as much as you are having that fast pace, you should be articulate with your pronunciations, your spoken English. Everything should be on point with your diction. And most of you are cramming, which doesn't make sense in a presentation, because the moment you cram, when you miss a word, you lack the synonym to cover up. But once you read and understand by studying, what did I say? So that is to say, not just reading, but you're studying. While you're going through, you're studying it. Because once you study, it becomes part of you. So if you miss a word, you got the nearest synonym to cover up. Why? Because you studied. When you study anything, you will understand it. And so nothing can set you back, nothing can pull you off track. Once you miss a word, you can even have close to 7 synonyms for each word. And then most of you here, somebody just said one thing, I said thank you, because nothing else to say, because you just did not understand what you asked to present. How can you become something you don't understand? Does that make sense? We are supermodels. You don't understand anything and how it's supposed to be. And you all saying one of the characteristics of a small model, they must be charisma. Where was the charisma well presented? Where was it? When you understand what charisma means, that you as a supermodel must be charismatic, you must be it. How can it come? It's so hilarious. You come before the camera and telling the world, and one of the qualities, one of the attributes of a supermodel must be charismatic. And from the beginning of your delivery, your presentation to the end, there was no trace of charisma. It sounded obnoxious while you were here presenting. I was just looking at you, my heart was like, does that mean we really wasted 1 week and this much? And another way of being fluent. Now we're talking about understanding that another way of being fluent is to first, whatever you want to say from your mouth, first say it here. And that's the reason you keep talking for 2 or 3 minutes without stuttering, without, stammering or whatever. You keep saying it keeps coming out from your mouth because you are saying it here, you say it out. Say it, and those who are stammerers amongst you, the best way to kill stammering is to say it here before you say it out. You're not going to lack words. And most of you will lack the things to say right here because you just did not have anything here. In fact, if I can look through into your brains with whatever scope, I'm going to see nothing. That means everything, you did not study anything, everything just, we're here. Not here. Everything was here, not here. I expected everything to be here. It is when you have anything here, and that is a benchmark and basicity of understanding, and it's not going to stop here because whatever goes to the heart first comes through the throat. But everything you read stopped here. Instead of going here, then you download through your throat or super gas down to your heart, and it becomes part of you. Even while sleeping, you can give out every, presentation and all that. It becomes like you are it. Outside the country, I don't know if Nigeria, outside the country, if you're not a model, they can't use a model or someone who is not a model for presentation. You must be a model before you can use for presentation. Because you must have that figure. That is worthy of emulation, the figure that can be a crap. So, and that looks must have every quality. And intelligence is not part of it. Some of you shamelessly came on stage with paper. That was the height of full insolence. That means you just cannot. Oh my God, have you been on set some stuff before? Most of you are actually. Those were actually. Have you come on set? You see the star comes on set and they just give the story script immediately. Just goes through just like this and all that, and then all right, I'm done. Action, this shit, and he's got everything in mind. And you, perhaps the actor might not even be a character part. Do you know the reason he just goes through the script and he got everything in his mind and okay, just go ahead and shoot? Do you know why? Because consistency brings about perfection. He's been doing that. He's used to it. Ever since, because I was watching when you were given the task, most of you went to. Maybe you felt, oh, I know what to say because I'm a model. Well, I saw some of you rehearsing. Some of you started rehearsing nothing. You said rehearsing a late hour, where it was about an hour, so it was your time for presentation. Immediately you were given the task. Without this range, you were just taking, actually, a few people I saw that immediately they took their writing materials and started writing out points and all that. They started, I saw that they were restless. Let me say, I can't say they were restless, but they were not at rest. They just did not want to have any comfortability around them. So I saw them working it out. I saw them going through it. I saw some of them at the other corner, even here. I saw them talking to themselves and all that, And I saw that, okay, I think even those I saw, even they didn't really do better. But I know as the days go by, I believe they'll keep getting better. Because there's going to be another segment of presentation. Okay, and let's see if those people are going to improve. But I tell you, if you're starting, but I believe this wasn't the first presentation you did. So I was thinking it's going to be better. And some of you here, you're presenting and you're busy touching your hair as if you were you presenting a project that has to do with hair. Yeah. And some of you, when you're presenting, you don't get distracted no matter what. But some of you allow your hair to distract you. Your hair this way. Don't you know that any distraction loses the focus of the viewers? Any distraction. And that is the reason you mustn't move. I told you about this before. You don't move because that movement is a distraction on its own. Because if nobody, just like the lady who has boobs, right? Movement will make the boobs shake. Then everybody loses their attraction or their focus from what you see is not going to your boobs. So do not allow anything that's going to make people get disfocused from the real deal. And the real deal is your presentation. So if you were just dancing, you're going back, going forth. I don't understand that. That's not presentation. And so if you were talking, it was hard to hear. I was trying to straighten my face from there, but I just didn't. That's not time to lecture anybody concerning the presentation.